don't mix that type of thing. I'm just as displeased whenever she says it, regardless of the context.
It's so hard when I work with like these young hip and
Idiots?
18-year-olds. Yeah, you try working with 18-year-olds and don't say that word. They say the word like every 3 seconds.
Really?
Yeah, it's hard
We
not
gotta
to get
teach
it
him a better
imprinted.
word.
It's imprinted on me now. I use it.
I am actually very happy that most of my coworkers are over like 25, 26.
All right, I am good to go. Before we get started, does anyone have any questions? I will have a brief summary, but are there any questions before I do that?
Oh, I remember things pretty clearly now.
Are we streaming?
We have been streaming for a bit.
Oh, hi guys. Let me just
Hello.
Let's slip into something more comfortable.
yeah. Let me just put on these bright yellow pants.
Oh my god, what the hell's
Very
that?
comfy.
Flannel.
Flannel. Ooh baby, ooh baby.
Oh baby, oh baby. Did someone tweet it? Someone tweet it? No.
All of the tweeters.
There's a cat
Nope,
sitting
not
on
yet.
my arm. Hang on. Lena, how the fuck, when did you get there? Yeah. Alright, I'll tweet it.
All right, I will start giving you guys a brief summary for those of you who were. I think everyone was here last time. I don't think that was an issue, but it has been a while. So, you guys broke out of Nye's little maze of dickery and had started exploring his tower, finding all his old experiments and stomping grounds. And you found Gov's phylactery and broke it, which probably killed him, maybe killed him. Most likely, given Grimace's knowledge of what phylacteries do, definitely killed him. And then you got to the top level where you faced off against Nye himself and doppelgangers created to take specifically you guys on, which you then proceeded to beat the utter living crap out of them. Basically subdued Nye, and then began to, I don't know if interrogate's the right word, because you didn't ask him a lot of questions, just kind of forced him to do a bunch of stuff. But you guys got the cure, you believe the cure to the disease. In any case, Pearson drank it and felt a little better immediately. And he also got from Nye a couple of things. That the big glowing archway you see is one of the 2 archways that need to be destroyed to remove the shield, and that there is a little door painted on the wall in his laboratory that is like a back door to the twins' stronghold. And that was pretty much you guys. Put him to sleep with the sleeping potion, which I think is going to last a few hours unless you choose to wake him up by normal means, shaking, yelling in the
Or
ear,
abnormal
stabbing.
means.
Yeah. I was going to go in and then stabbing, burning. And then you guys had some plans. I don't know if you still plan to go with it. I'm just going to throw it into your court when it comes to that. But that is the point we are at the moment. Oh, he did also tell you that if he doesn't check in within about 3 hours or so, people might come looking for him. And with that, I will throw it to you guys as to what you want to do.
Yeah, that's why we had the idea of just walk up to them and go, "Hey, you fucked up."
He's at our place.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Yeah. I think that's the easiest and gives us the most time. If you're looking for him, he's taking a nice little nap, nice little snooze over at Gov's place while we continue on our merry quest.
Well, I thought we were gonna take this fucking green power thingy with us to Gav's place.
Yeah, we were going to try and get them to install it in Goff's place.
Because Nye doesn't deserve it.
Yeah. What are your thoughts,
Grim?
That sounds sort of like what we talked about.
Great. Groovy.
All right, God, we would like to place an order.
Well,
Okay.
do you have an amendment, Grim?
What? We,
We heard you
there was...
when you clicked the unmute button.
Did you? Oh, did you not hear him?
I did hear him. He's asking in roll. He's saying in roll 20.
Oh, I should
Yes.
probably bring up roll 20.
Yeah. Aren't you in
Kinda
roll
helps
20?
playing the game.
Yeah, no, yeah,
looks like that.
we certainly heard you say that sounded similar to what you guys had planned.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. I think I'm just a chatterbox. I'll shut up. My bad.
So yeah, I think that's what we're planning on doing, right, guys? Unless we
Yes.
have any amendments.
I have no regrets.
No ragrats. Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so
Oh.
I
Grim
think
might
might
be
be.
resetting. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay. Well, so for the time being, I get the overall basic plan. The specifics are, what do you guys want to leave Nye there? Take him with you? Do you guys want to stomp over to the other tower? What's the actual method that you guys are planning on doing this?
Well, what we could do is take him over to Goff's place, or we can just stomp him right in front of Azil and what's her face. What do you guys want to do?
Did we have enough potion stuff to heal the people that are already infected? I can't remember what was up with that.
I don't think we have enough.
Weren't
In
we
our
getting-
group, I'm pretty sure we have enough for our group, but we won't have enough for the general people of
We're
Ardenfell.
we're not stopping anyone directly in front of any big person. We carry Gav with us to the external side of one of the bridges, where two of the massive demon guards are standing, and explain the situation, and then proceed walking back towards Gav's tower. Where the NPCs decide to take it from there, I reckon is up to them. But I'm not entirely interested in seeking a meeting with the Dark Lord or Dementia unless one of them directly appear in front of us.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, that seems fine. We're not going to be leaving Nye there in front of the NPCs, are we?
No, the goal
Okay.
is to take Nye with us.
Okay, cool.
At least that was as discussed back when the Earth was young and dinosaurs still roamed the land.
Good old
It
days.
is
I
come full
miss the
circle.
dinosaurs.
We
I
know
wonder why I killed them.
Anyways,
I
let's
Okay.
I like the concept that Gav is now our meal ticket.
Yeah,
something.
an actual competent meal team.
So you guys kind of carry Naya's body down the tower and out of the stronghold, which you find surprisingly easy to do, as there is nothing. Basically, all the golems in the tower, and you do pass a few, seem to stand there lifeless, as if waiting instruction. So you pass your way out of Nye's strong. Oh, wait, yeah, I just moved you. Good. Nye's stronghold and go back. I'm assuming to this bridge.
That would be the closer one. I think that's reasonable enough. I mean, I guess if I wanted exercise, but I don't want exercise.
Yeah, it's for exercise.
The guards at that bridge watching you walking all the way to the other bridge.
We just don't like those guys.
Why doesn't he fly or something? What the fuck?
So the guards in question are the giant fiery behemoths that stand watch on either side of the gate. And as you approach, as you get within about 15 feet of them, one of them holds up his hand and For the first time you've ever heard, a deep rumbling voice says, "Halt."
Sure. God will come to a halt. He's been bullied on for so long. He probably does this on a regular basis.
The creature then says, "What business do you have in the Green Tower?"
No business inside the Green Tower itself. Thought would leave a message right here at the front of the bridge. The Dark Lord asked me to troubleshoot Nye's Tower and test out its efficacy against the champions should they ever attack. Jerigov points a thumb back at Nye. He failed. Figured we'd leave that message here. I'm gonna head back to my tower, so if the Dark Lord wants anything, send it my way. Have a nice day. And the eccentric god will turn away from the tower.
As you turn away and start walking away, the creature says, "Nye has been killed."
Jarek stops. No, he's not dead. He told me to troubleshoot, not to kill Nye. There's a difference. I can come back. He can't come back. I'm taking him with me, though. He failed.
Then he has been humiliated?
Oh, I think very much so. I don't think his experiments were supposed to fail, particularly not to me.
The two large fiery behemoths pause and they look at each other with unreadable expressions. And then they begin to open their mouths with what starts as a low, almost sounds like a deep growl, but it very quickly rises in intensity, and it's soon apparent that they are laughing. And this laughter begins to boil out so much so that one of the fiery behemoths even, puts his hands on his knees and bends over because he's having trouble breathing because he is laughing so immensely. And after a good 2 minutes or so,
Jared joins in. Jared encourages all of his followers to join in on this. Let's do it, guys.
It is not hard for Cole to join in.
several demons that are in the area do look at this group of very powerful beings that are laughing. With no comment, but after some time, one of the monsters, the behemoth, goes, I will pass the message.
Thank you. And Jarek will resume walking back to his tower.
You guys start to walk back as one of the behemoths crosses the bridge to the other side of the bridge where there are two more fiery behemoths. And even from the distance, you begin to hear laughter again.
See, I like these guys.
Spread the news.
You get back to your tower without much incident.
Have all the slaves been recaptured?
You don't see any running around. You see several dead corpses that seem very fresh, and you see, of course, corralled prisoners, but it's hard to tell if these were ones you let go or not. They're just human or elf prisoners.
Way to be a downer.
Yeah.
I just answered. You get back to your stronghold and step inside, and are immediately greeted by the small deformed imp that says, "Ah, master, you are back in one piece, I see."
Jarek smiles and says, "Remind me, what is the most secure place of my tower? It'd surely be my bedroom, right?"
He pauses for a second, and he says, "Why, master, maybe you were hit in the head. I do believe once you told me that if they were going to kill you in your sleep, that would be the best way to go. No, I believe you made the kitchen the most secure. You do hate being interrupted while eating."
The kitchen? When's the last? I haven't even eaten since I've been here. Oh, this is terrible.
I, too, thought that was odd, master.
Well, Well, see here. I guess I'll be. Jarek looks behind him and says, "Oh, I guess I'll be taking him with me to the kitchen then." And Jarek thumbs like back at the body of Nye.
Yeah.
The deformed imp looks and his eyes widen. He looks to Goff and he says, "Is that Nye, Master?"
It is. The Dark Lord wanted me to troubleshoot Nye's tower to ensure that it could withstand the champions of this world. But it couldn't even withstand me. So I've taken him prisoner.
There is a moment of silence, and then the deformed imp shouts to the many minions that surround Gov. "The Master has taken Nye the Mighty prisoner." He looks rather unconscious, and the entire room just roars with laughter. It seems that not many people are fond of Nye.
I like to see the behind the scenes
Oh,
of their work
please.
ethic.
Please, can some of the demons go, "Oh, how marvelous"?
Yes, there would be a few here and there. They just say, "Oh, that's simply marvelous."
Demons aren't all bad.
To celebrate this momentous occasion, all of you get the rest of the day off.
The demons that were sitting around doing nothing
I know.
look at Gob, their master, and of course, they all bow deeply and respectfully, except for the deformed imp, who just raises an eyebrow. And then the deformed imp says, "Yes, well, I suppose it's nice to change things up a bit. This way to the kitchen, master?"
Oh, good. Thank you.
You travel through the tower and actually go down a few levels instead of up
All right.
to what looks like huge metal doors with about 6 different gigantic locks on them. Each one is attached to a iron bar. Next to the door are several of the giant rats that look very similar to what Keen looks like right now. And as you approach, they begin to lift off the iron bars with their stubby little paws, which in and of itself is a feat that is quite comical, as the 2 rats try to work in tandem. And after that, they grip onto the iron rings with their mouths and begin to pull these very thick, about 2 feet wide doors. 2 feet deep doors, as they screech open. And inside, you see what looks to be a very intricate kitchen. I know many of you in this group haven't exactly been noble born or around a lot of nobility, but to most of you, this kitchen is huge and more complex of a kitchen than you've probably ever seen. There are very complex rows of ovens and counters and stoves with fires and cookpots and large banquet tables.
Impressive.
Jarek looks at his major domo. Asks, "How long has it been since I've been here?"
At my count, master, I'd say 2.5 months.
Oh, it's like I've forgotten the place. Oh, it looks so good.
Yes, well, we have, of course, prepared for your arrival ever since you have returned to the tower. I'm sure you'll find the dishes quite satisfactory.
Splendid. So he moves to take a step to the doorway, and he stops, and he looks back at the rest of the party. Says, I guess I'm in a good mood. The rest of you can come too. He does a wave his hand motion.
See the toad give a small arm pump.
And we'll
The,
proceed on by.
The deformed imp looks at the lot behind Gov and then just kind of sighs.
Look now, Major Domo, it's not every day that I capture Nye and reclaim what was rightfully mine to begin with.
Oh, Master, you mistake me. I would never question your wisdom at bringing such distinguished people into the kitchen. I was simply sighing because, And he just starts floating away.
Jarek, like, watches him go with a vapid smile on his face. As soon as he goes, right, so that Borrywart spoil sport's gone, let's go.
You guys find several banquet tables, at which have different chairs of varying heights and lengths. You also see in the corner of the room there are very large bowls set on the floor, with names on them that are, most of them are in languages you don't recognize, but they seem to be names. And could everyone roll me a D100?
D100.
Mm-hmm.
D100. Bam.
Yeah.
Yes, Bird.
He has to make sure we know what he's doing.
Keen. Oh, this is perfect.
Okay.
Keen.
Gosh.
Maybe it's because you've spent so much time pretending to be one, but it seems fairly clear that these bowls seem just the right height and size for giant rats. Almost as if they're food dishes with names on them.
Oh God.
Oh, jeez.
Oh God. Is there one named Cicero?
No, there is not one named Cicero. Probably because Goff didn't actually have a rat named Cicero.
He did.
Mm.
That's the rat that I'm inhabiting.
I think
but
that's
Jarek
what-
just made that
yeah,
up.
that's Jarek just made it up.
No.
Yes.
He actually
No,
did
I
call the rat into
Did
the room
call the
by
rat
saying,
Cicero
yeah.
when we.
Oh
when
my
Goff
god,
called
no,
him
you're
in
right,
before I
you're
killed
right,
him.
you're right.
Yeah.
Oh my god, thank you for having a better memory than I do. Then yes, there would be a bowl with the name Cicero on it.
Oh, son of a bitch.
That has to be
Okay.
the worst correction you've ever succeeded at.
You say worst, I say most efficient and important to the plot. So, do we just put Mr. Green fella? Why can't I remember his name all of a sudden? Nye. There we go.
Nye.
Did we just put him on the table?
Not on the table, we eat him.
Thought.
Nom, 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 nom.
Maybe there's
Get
like
out
a
a rope,
maybe there's like a
tie him.
like baby's first high chair for, like, you know, goblin sized or whatever. Like, stick him in that.
What about, like, is there like crates, like crates that you'd put a dog in, but you put a giant rat in?
There are cages, yes.
There we go. We crate him.
Yep. That sounds fantastic.
Sure.
Alright, before we do that, cage was made for giant rat. He's kind of small. Can he fit in the holes? Big square
Yes,
ones?
he could probably walk right out of them.
Oh, then that's irrelevant.
Well,
I mean, Nye is a skinny thing.
All right.
we just tie him up then.
Yeah, we're gonna tie him. We're gonna tie him up in a chair in a corner, and I'm gonna do to what am I gonna do to my mom when she gets into a nursing home? I'm gonna throw dried grapes at her.
That
Wow.
seems oddly specific.
It's good that you have a plan, though.
It is true. Yeah,
Yeah.
most people don't have 5-year plans. It's good to know that you do.
Yeah, right. It's been look, Mom knows it's coming too. We've joked about it.
Mom?
Oh. All right, so you tie Nye up in a chair. He is still snoring softly, which is surprising because the potion it can wake someone up through normal means, and there has been a lot of laughter, but he has slept through it all.
Seems like he's a heavy sleeper.
You know, maybe
And-
he's used his crazy like sorcery to like stay up unnaturally for so long that he just needed a good nap.
Yeah, maybe.
As you tie him to the chair, the procession of various forms of demons, mostly imps, begin to bring in steaming platters of different types of food. Most of them are unrecognizable, but they all smell very appetizing. There are things that look similar but slightly different. For example, there's giant things that look like sides of ham, but it's a greenish color. There are plants that have been steamed that are not familiar to you, not anything that you've seen on this planet before or this plane. There's different types of tentacles that kind of are roasted and put on platters. They look kind of like, to us as players, they look kind of like giant octopus arms. And there is what only can be described as a weird salad. It is a bowl full of green broadleaves, some sort of orange round type of fruit that is very unfamiliar looking, and a dark reddish type of meat that's all been kind of tossed together.
Mm.
All right, everyone, have a seat. Have a seat. I know it's my private kitchen sanctuary, but yeah, you're all welcome. I'm in a good mood. We got 9. It's good. It's good. It's fine. Come on. I haven't eaten in so long. It's gonna be wonderful, isn't it? Like looking over at like the imps who are bringing out the food.
The imps, when you say that, they kind of look terrified. And one of them actually drops the dish that platters to the ground, and the entire room grows silent as the metal platter starts doing the whole little zzzz on the floor.
Yeah,
And it
yeah.
starts-
Like, ooh, know who's gonna be responsible for catching the slaves the next time they escape.
The imp slumps his shoulders and slowly flies out of the room. So they place all the dishes in front of you, and the deformed imp, your maitre d', says, "And of course, Lord, for you, your favorite." And they place in front of you a large bowl that looks like a combination of some sort of yellow pudding and some sort of red gelatinous cubes. Is kind of like Jello. And it looks like it also has some form of fruit or something in it. And it is a huge bowl.
Splendid. All right, everyone, don't be shy. And Jarek has decided that if this is going to be close to the time where he's going to die, that, he's going to embrace things that he hasn't had to do in a long while, like eat. He is going to try everything once. It couldn't possibly kill him. Most powerful entity in Ardenfell.
Okay.
Vim's
Oh,
face
boy.
is just scrumpled up, just disgusted.
And to bring back the joking mood, haha, funny. Jarek knows that some of these things are probably made out of people, but he's not going to mention that to anyone at the table and spoil their mood.
I don't get the joke.
There's
People.
I'm kidding. I'm
Oh.
kidding.
You don't think it's funny that food's made out of people? Come on.
No, I don't think spoiling anything is hilarious.
Well, Jarek does.
He must not have enjoyed the famous comedy Soylent Green.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So what the giant rat is going to be doing is, well, from other people's perspective, it's gonna look like it's grooming. But Keen just took out another bag of beef jerky and started eating that. It's his last bag. I bought like 4 of them back on Sunset
Boy,
Tower.
I hope we're not here for like another 3 weeks. It's gonna be hard time.
Oh God!
I forgot to mention too that the same dishes that are put on the table are kind of slopped into the
Nope.
the doggy dishes. So just I forgot to mention it. So
Mm,
the same steamy meat and things like that.
That's fine. He'll be fine with beef
Oh,
jerky.
what's wrong,
He'll be
little
fine.
Cicero? Are you not hungry?
The rat flips you off.
Um,
Cicero.
luckily, I suppose, the maitre d' and anyone else in the room does not seem to understand what the gesture means, and it flies over their heads. I'm curious, does anyone here, other than Jarek, partake of any of the food?
No.
Hell no.
Cole is, and you know what? You know what? I will keep it to myself if Cole thinks it's human or not.
The mystery.
Jarek, I assume your taste buds aren't dead, even though you technically are.
I don't think the talent says that my taste buds are dead. I presume they're active, yes.
The food actually tastes exceptional. I can't tell your characters personally what they think of it, but they are very similar to dishes that you've had before. The ham is very tender and very easy to chew and taste nice. The octopus tentacles taste a lot more like lobster than octopus, which is a little weird at first because it's a different texture than what you'd probably expect biting into it. But it's very, it's also very expertly prepared. The dish in front of you does have some sort of hint of some sort of banana-esque pudding with some fruity type of jello. It tastes pretty much just how it looks.
I will say that because Jarek has a peasant background, he has never eaten at like a banquet this fine before. So I think the peasant kid of him is like, yes, 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 yes. And he's probably going to end up doing something that Gav has maybe been accused of, overeating.
No one seems surprised. When you're about 2/3 of the way through your meal, or the rest of you are 2/3 of the way through waiting, as it may be,
I just love the idea of like this audience of like the rest of the party like gathered around to like
How the tides have turned.
to watch me eat. It's great.
and one toad demon.
Yeah.
That's one toad demon.
After about 2/3 of the meal, the deformed imp slowly floats up and says, Master, I'm afraid we have a visitor requesting to come in. It is the Mistress Dementia.
Like places it aside like the fruit salad bowl and just like slumps against the table. Oh, why? Why now? Why her now? Should have come to eat first before telling them.
Well, Master, as you know, she can't get into our stronghold, though last time I remember you making her wait, you weren't fond of the results.
No,
Shall I tell her to wait then?
No. Send her to the kitchen. I'm not getting up. You can enjoy the meal too.
As you wish, Master. And he floats away. And he floats away, telling you it's going to be a few minutes, and he'll return with the mistress.
See a toad demon reaching over for someone else's bowl.
Well, it's pretty easy to do, considering how you and I the only ones.
Yeah. Finn is still just quiet, watching in mild
Jared
disgust.
begins like consuming like the alcoholic beverage on the table.
Wait, there's alcohol? Finn's eyes would widen at the alcohol.
There are cups full of some sort of golden liquid that does smell faintly alcoholic, yes.
She starts drinking it.
It tastes as if someone took honey, milk, and what's it called? Everclear, and mixed it in a cup.
Everclear. Is that like an acne face wash? Like
No, it's same with close. It's very, very powerful alcohol.
Everclear is like what?
98
180
proof. something
proof?
like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
around
oh my
that rock proof.
god!
So it tastes
Basically
like
moonshine.
yeah, imagine. Here's another way to do it. Imagine if someone took honey, milk, and dumped tequila in it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Finn will she drinks it and like instantly like looks like she's sick to her stomach. She doesn't vomit though, but it looks like it's a very tempting thing to do.
So that's Jarek right now, just like sort of like slumped against the table, like his head like weighs his head down like he's in school, like in the fruit salad bowl. It's so good.
Is there anything anyone wants to do in the few beyond that in the few minutes it would take for Dementia to get there?
Do I get the
Nice.
person next to me's bowl? Do I have to roll for it?
No, you would have to roll for it. None of the people sitting next to you, i.e., Pearson and Finn and Sky, are eating. Sky will actually push her bowl towards you.
So long as you don't try to take the bowl that has Jarek's head in it.
Then you have to roll.
I would never dare do that.
Snai is still snoring softly.
Okay, cool.
Alright. So after a few minutes, Dementia strides into the kitchens. And she walks in a very tall and non-hurried manner, and all but purrs, "Gav, you surprise me."
Gav, like Jarek rather, like lifts his head out of the bowl. There's like demon space lettuce like stuck to his head or whatever.
Demon space lettuce.
Whatever they would call it, you know.
Canon.
Whatever dimension. Yes, that's canon, by the way. Demon space lettuce. Brand. Jarek was spooked by dementia, but that is currently being overridden by like the massive quantities of food and liquid that he has consumed. So he just says, "I surprise myself."
Dementia stops, takes a look at Gav, and then says, "And yet, you really don't." "Oh, Gav, I was impressed with you for a moment. How on earth did you manage to beat Nye?"
Gav looks over towards Nye and says, "Well, one thing's for sure. If I could beat him, then the champion certainly could have. His tower was a failure."
She raises an eyebrow and she says, "That is very unlike him.
Well,
And she-
how can you explain it? When's the last time I've succeeded against Nye?
She clicks her tongue and she says, "Good point. Perhaps I should ask him." And she begins walking over to Nye on the chair.
Jarek gets to all right.
She walks up to Nye, and then she gives him a good smack, and Nye goes, "What? Ow!" And Dementia like growls in a voice that does not sound like it could come from her. "Nye, you failed." And Nye's eyes look like dim and clouded, like he's still trying to grasp consciousness. And after a moment, they clear, widen, and the irises just like shrink as he stares into Dementia. And then he looks around, trying to figure out where he is, and he sees you, and he goes, great lady, they are imposters. They are not who they seem to be. They are not Gov. They are imposters. They are the champions themselves. And Dementia spins around to look at you.
Gav like blinks, like one of the deep parts of like Demon's face lettuce like fall off his face and into his lap. And it looks like Dimension and Nine says, "Really?"
I will join in the laughter.
Even the rat joins in the laugh.
Yeah.
I think that there are times when a GM has to wonder if there really should be a role to convince someone, or if the situation itself seems so absurd that the
You're the
champions.
GM.
Yeah. So, she just looks at Gov for a long moment. Her eyes were surprised and alert at first, but when she saw Gov with the space demon lettuce falling off his face and laughing, she turns back to Nye. And Nye begins to say something, and she grabs him by the throat, and you hear this little whap as Nye is cut off, and she says, "First you fail, then you dishonor yourself by trying to lie to me?" And you hear a very choked out voice, "But it's the truth." And she begins to squeeze again until Nye closes his eyes and falls unconscious again. And then she turns and begins pacing back and forth. And she goes, "This is unexpected and unacceptable. To be beaten by Gov." And then she pauses and looks at Gov and says, "No offense, dear, but really."
Gav like in his like drunken stupor like picks up like another one of the pieces of like demon space lettuce with his hands and like chews on it thoughtfully and like nods at her. And like that sympathetic like drunk like, "I get it, yeah.
And she paces again. She goes, Unless you are more capable than you've let on." She then kind of walks over to Gov, or Jarek Gov, and begins, oh, good.
No. Jarek's eyes like slowly begin to widen uncomfortably.
She sits on the arm of your chair and starts like running her fingers through your hair. And then when she gets to the back, she like grabs it and kind of yanks the face up towards her and says, "You would be just the kind of lazy demon to hide his true power. The only question is, what made you actually attempt to be good now?"
Doe eyes from Jarek.
So after a few moments of
I know the best defense. Don't suggest anything.
after some time, she sighs and like lets your hair go with like a jerk. You know what I mean? The kind of jerks your head back down, and then she starts pacing again.
Thuds against the salad bowl.
She says, "Well, doesn't matter. What's done is done. After this example, the great lord won't let Nye touch anything until he's proven himself again. I'd murder him now, but unfortunately he's too useful. That doesn't mean he shouldn't be punished, however. Gov, my darling demon."
Hopeful eyes.
"For the time being, it is too dangerous to leave Nye's stronghold unattended. You will take over. Consider that his stronghold your stronghold."
But he doesn't have a kitchen.
She turns on her heel and says, "Now is not the time, Gov. The armies press us. The champions are God knows where. We need the shields intact." And then her voice turns like sultry again. She goes, "You can do that for me, can't you, Gov?"
Visible gulp, slow nod.
Good. I'd hate for me to have to punish you too.
Visible gulp again. More energetic nod.
With that, she grabs one of the octopus tentacles and starts to stroll out of the kitchen, munching on it. And she goes, "Oh, and as far as I'm concerned, Nye is in your care. Just don't kill him or ruin those marvelous hands or brain of his. We'll need it."
Have a nice day, Davincia.
She then strolls out of the kitchen.
So, all of the other player characters get to see it hasn't been since the Lich King, a completely terrified Jarek inside of Gav.
Finn will let out a loud sigh and then immediately like cover her mouth, turn over, and vomit.
I didn't know my wraiths could vomit. Had to put that one down in the notebook.
She gives a little thumbs up.
Well, I think we've all had enough of food, yes? I just gotta, like, pushes himself to his feet, immediately collapses back down in a chair. Oh, alright. I need some help.
You hear from across the table, "Yes, master." Skull moves over to the other side.
A concerned-looking demon troll also walks to the other side.
Oh, thank you, guys. Just, toss me on the bed, it'll be good. Probably no one will kill me. And then, when I get up, head to Nye's Tower. You didn't say exactly when I'd have to go. I'd probably got enough time for a nap.
The deformed imp motions towards the toad demon. He says, "When he gets like this, he'll never make it to the bed. Just throw him on the table. He'll never remember."
What? You can't talk to me like that. I'll make you uglier than what you are.
The deformed imp just motions to the toad demon and the troll. Like, does a little hand wave.
Listen here, I'll get you. Like feebly tries to like get up and like go after. I am the Lord of Two Towers now. There was a book about that once.
The deformed imp is like, "Yes, master. You're very right, master." Just placating.
I am keeper of the slaves. I gave them all a vacation day.
"Yes, you did, master."
I captured Nye. Look at me.
"You're very talented, master."
You're right.
The deformed imp sighs and then looks at the demon and the two demons that were holding him, and he like just pinches his nose and he says, "Just remind yourself, you could be working for one of the others." And then he floats away.
The demon toad is nodding down.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, if you want, we can pull out into more of a narrative
Yes.
position.
Where will I have to sleep?
Wherever you want. You're a giant rat. No one's going to stop you.
Okay, I was afraid that I would have to be put into a cage.
The only one that ever was able to give the order to put one into the cage is unconscious on the banquet table at the moment.
Okay. Is there a comfy couch?
Yes, actually. If Gov's tower is lacking for anything, it is certainly not furniture.
Okay. Then he will lay down on a couch.
Okay.
Probably smashing it in the process.
Finn will just observe the others. She looks over at Pearson.
Wisp Pearson just raises an eyebrow and gives a bit of a shrug.
How are you feeling?
Oh shit! Yeah, I took. That's a good question.
Yeah.
Lee. I know I'm feeling better, but by how many degrees?
Well, much like when you're recovering from a sickness, it's not like hour to hour you can tell much of a difference, but when you took the potion, your stomach immediately stopped feeling nauseous. And now sitting here, when she asked you the question, you don't feel as feverish as you did.
Pearson will just simply reply, "Better."
She'll nod at that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I guess we'll monitor sleepy time.
It's like,
Nine.
Jared doesn't need to sleep, but he's been forced into catatonia by food and alcohol.
Everyone can take a nap. I'll watch over Miss Danai.
All right. Does everyone take a nap other than Finn?
Keen does.
Yeah, I do too.
Okay. Sky will also lay down somewhere. After about 20 minutes or so, Nye will flutter open his eyes again, and then he'll look around, and then he'll see you, and then he'll say, "You must help me. The champions have invaded."
What? What are you talking about?
The champions! The ones... Oh, why must I talk to a stupid wisp? The champions, the ones that could defeat our lord, they've invaded.
We would know if they had invaded. Nah, you really are off the deep end.
They are hidden. They look like you.
Nice idea.
If a wisp could raise an eyebrow, that would be the expression it was giving Nye.
I'm telling the truth, you stupid wisp.
Listen, Nye, maybe you should shut your mouth. God, I've always wanted to say that to you.
Nye's
Shut your
eyes.
mouth.
Nye's
Hold on,
eyes grow
wait up.
really wide and indignant. How dare you talk to me like that? I am Nye Thriffers Mogan, lord of my realm, creator of you.
Dad?
The wisp grows sentimental for a moment, but a brief moment.
I had no idea you were my father.
Oh, get off me, you flame-licking wisp. It's not like that. I created
Daddy.
you. No! Stop it! Stop it! He looks like very uncomfortable.
Why did you give me these feelings, Daddy?
Oh my god. What is going on?
I didn't know you had them.
You gave me life. You made me hate everything. I've never been more happy in my life, Father. And it's all thanks to you.
The wisp
God, give me a second.
raises the arms as if to give an embrace, but doesn't.
Oh my god! Nye's eyes grow wider and wider as you say that, and as you lift your arms, a tear rolls down your cheek.
But alas, Father, I must do this. Please just try not to speak any more craziness. I fear what the others might do if they hear you.
Nye shakes his head in wonder and he says, I had no idea my creations were so conscious.
The wisp nods solemnly.
It is nonetheless irrelevant. We must stop the champions. The great lord will slaughter us all if we don't.
Father, please!
The wisp, like, silences him.
I must hear no more of this nonsense. Please, be quiet, otherwise I will have to wake up my master.
At that, like, shout, like, Father Please, like, Jarek's head, like, slowly lifts from the table and twists.
So the wisp's hand is over Nye's mouth. Nye's eyes grow wide as he sees Gav and he starts going,
You see the outline of Finn giving you a toothy grin.
You, over there. You be quiet, or I'm gonna put you in the cages with the rats.
Nye shuts up.
That means you're giving me free reign over your person and your tower. I'm the Lord of Two Towers. You have lost your privileges. Absolute failure.
Nye's eyes grow wider and wider, and more tears begin to leak down, though these don't quite seem the same kind of tears.
Finn will just continue guarding him, but say no more.
So Nye does not say another word, but he looks at the wisp, like, pleadingly.
I have nothing for you.
Do you want an apple? Do you
I like sneak away some food on the table.
Nye shakes his head vehemently, and he looks as if he really wants to say something, but is too afraid to say something. So he just kind of tries to talk to you with his eyes, but not, like, basically his eyes just like, look at you, and look at Gav, and look at you, and
Oh my god,
motion to
Inferno,
Gav.
we have a new student.
Oh.
From
Eye
the Talk with Your Eyes Club.
And that goes on for quite some time as Nye is eventually slumps over in frustration or exhaustion, or one of the two. And after that, we can pull out to a more narrative position. What do you guys want to do from here? Do you want to go back to Nye's Tower? Do you want to take him with you? What's the game plan? By the way, full heal up, guys. You rested for about 8 hours or so yeah. Finn, at some point, Sky would have come up and traded places with you, so Finn could rest as well.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, everyone gets a full heal up except you.
Boo!
Full heal ups. Full hell ups.
Full help?
Well,
Go ahead.
the thing about bringing him to his own tower is, well, we don't specifically know how he controls the golems, so there is that.
But we also don't know how to, well, we could always try to get through that whole painting thing. He didn't tell us, how, the way that he knew how. But we could try to get through that painting to the Twins Towers on our own if that's what we wanted to do. Personally, I think him being in his tower is more dangerous than us leaving him in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just give him, like, a gag or something.
Even if he does speak out loud, like, now it's, like, known that he's accusing, like, they're the champions! They walk among us!
Yeah.
Yeah, he's kind of crazy.
Well, I mean, no, the best part is that he's right. He's 100% right.
Yeah.
But now he's building this rep of, like...
Him freaking out is actually giving us credibility.
Yes.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
I'm glad my face being covered with space demon lettuce could sell it. I'm glad.
I had actually, depending on like where you guys had brought them, I thought, wow, this is going to be a tough one. I wonder how they're going to get out of this one. Oh, that's paint quite a picture.
Yeah.
I am the most competent of all demons.
I think the next overarching goal is to go to the Twins Tower, though. I do believe that is the next thing. And deal with that. How we get there? I don't know. We could try the painting, but we don't know how it works.
We could ask, well, Crazy McCrazy.
We could, before we left.
Hmm.
Or, say that, I got an idea here. So, let's say that the Wisp here, Wisp Finn, decides, to like, she's gonna try and help, like, Nye. Need to get a message to the twins so that they can do something about the champions of Lady Celine, but
Oh my
don't want
God.
to go through the front. Like, do you know another way how I can get access to the twins, Father? Something along those.
That might work. That might actually work.
Mm-hmm.
Building upon that trust and camaraderie that was made, like, say I believe you, Father. Like, go from there.
I could do that.
Yeah, let's do that. I like that idea.